This is the fly for today, and it is another good salmon or big trout fly. It's a crystal bugger, and this one I've made two-toned. It's still pretty easy, so here's how we tie it. Okay, I got a salmon hook, hot colored cone head. I'm gonna just start my thread. Snip that, run it to the back. Okay, so we're gonna start this. Got a white marabou feather. Just gonna take the tip section. Actually, I could reuse the rest of the feather. I can get a couple flies out of it. We'll just use the tip part for this one. About that much. Couple of turns. I'm going to leave it long. And get some of that down. I want to trim it so it's like just behind that cone, because it's going to fill all that in, and it will, by the time we're done with the fly, the cone will be in place. So there's my white marabou. Here comes my black marabou. Do the same thing. Black section over the white. All in place. And trim off the front. Everything lassoed down. Next thing is going to be just a smidge of crystal flash. So we'll go on this side. And I got my one side. We'll just go back over it. Get my other side. Trim that. Alrighty. So now we got to build up the whole back end of the thing in order. So the first thing I'm going to have is my saddle hackle, which I'm going to tie in by the tip. And just leave that back. Next thing I'm going to have, this is actually fly tying thread, but it's monofilament. So I'm going to put that in so I get the full length of that. Just run that down, run it back. Just going to bring that back. Then we have our black Estes. So we'll just get that tied in. And I'm going to go about like that. Tie that all up. And bring that back. For the white Estes, it's a little weird. I'm going to put it on the bottom. And tie it in. Right where I want it. Get a couple of good wraps on that. And bring it back. Okay. So now everything's in. Gonna come forward with the black. Advance my thread. And just keep bringing this in. Adjacent wraps. And go right up into the cone. I catch it from the back side, front side, and the back side again. And just bring that up and trim it. And get a couple of good wraps to make sure that's going nowhere. Okay, I'm gonna bring the white Estes, the 2 rows, and make sure I got them in line with the hook point. Catch those with a loose wrap or 2. Pull that up tight. Get a couple of good wraps on that. A couple in the front. One more in the back. Trim that off. A couple of wraps bind that all down good and tight. Now I'm going to come forward with my monofilament thread, and that's going to act as a rib, and it's going to keep all that in where it should be. And we'll get that bound down. In the front, in the back, in the front, more in the back. Tie that off. Trim that off. Last thing is our hackle. I'll just bring that in. Palmer that up. Tie it off. A couple wraps in the back. One in front of it, one behind it. Pull it out, trim it off. Just gonna pull everything back. Make sure we got everything bound down good. Whip finish. to take super glue and do the super glue trick. And just pull it tight and trim it off. And that's it. That's how you make it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel, give us a like, send in any comments that you have. I get back to everyone. As always, thank you for watching.